Disc golf's been more to me than just the plastics, the chains, throwing those beautifully perfect lines. But it's never been the entire story. It's never been something that is the end all, be all. And I have to admit that this channel up to this point hasn't reflected those intentions or those meanings behind it all. And if I want something that matters, if I want something that sticks and something that is sustainable for me, then that's got to change. That's got to be the focus. The focus has got to shift. And today, right now, that shift happens. That change begins. Then it starts with telling you what's going on. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Cooper, and if you're new here, great time. Great time to start. Today starts the change, the shift, the redirection of the channel. Personally, if you look at my first few videos, they're, subpar at best. They're me on the course throwing as a very average disc golfer who really probably shouldn't be posting videos on YouTube, but whatever. Here we are. We're going to do it anyways. But that being said, this shift is more of a personal shift. It's more of a it's more beneficial for more than just beneficial for you guys, but it's going to be beneficial for me as well. This shift comes in light of the past year of my life, of just the things I've been learning and the things that, I think need to be said, that need to be heard. And honestly, it's going to be boiled down to a very few things. And if you know me outside of this, you know that yes, I'm a disc golfer, yes, I'm a teacher, but I'm also a husband, I'm a dad, but more importantly, I am a faithful follower of Christ. My relationship there is top priority, and arguably I've not shared that with the public as much as I should have. If you know anything about me, you know that I like to write. I have a blog, it's called Echoes from the Classroom, that reflects on the things that I learn about my faith through the classroom, or sometimes just about life in general. It's kind of like a journal that I just keep open to the public, and it's something that for me is beneficial to my own soul, and so I keep doing it. I had a hard time filming content recently for a YouTube channel because it wasn't beneficial to my own soul. And so here we are. We're rebranding. We're refocusing. We're going to take disc golf and we're going to turn it into a platform to share my faith. That's what I'm going to do. So like I said, if you're new here, great time to join us. Great time to hit the shift. Great time to be a part of this reset button. If you are a lifelong viewer of all 4 videos I have posted, I'm just kidding, I have no idea how many videos I have posted right now, but if you're a lifelong viewer of the channel, I hope you stick around. I hope you understand that yes, disc golf is going to be a part of these videos, but these videos are going to be much more important to me than just being about disc golf. So, my initial goal when I started this channel was to film content, go play rounds, film, go play rounds, film, go play rounds, film, upload to YouTube. That was kind of the plan. But the reality of it is like that it makes disc golf no longer fun for me sometimes. But then other times I deal with things like right now, it's November. There's less daylight. It's currently raining today. There's lots of other outside factors that, honestly take away from the going to the course to film. And so we're gonna film some new content, some different content, just some stuff that just is a little bit more. I can film inside, I can film outside. Yes, I promise you, you are going to see disc golf. It's not going away. I'm going to use disc golf as a lens to view the rest of life from. You know, it's amazing because I've been playing sports since I could walk. And sports taught me a lot. But I've never taken the time to sit down and share some of those lessons, some of that learning, until now. It's kind of sad that I've never taught or spoke about the lessons that I learned through sports. You know, I was an avid cross-country runner. I played baseball, basketball. I did all of the sports you could imagine, but the reality of it is I've never shared those lessons. So up to this point, you may be asking yourself, what kind of content am I going to get? Yes, you're going to get practice rounds for tournaments. You're going to get some challenge videos or course conquest style videos or what might be it. But you're also going to get some of the life lessons that I'm learning from the course, off the course. We're going to talk a lot more about my faith journey and like what has led me up to this point in everything. You're going to see how I relate to the course and how my mind works when I'm out there, the things I'm thinking. You're going to feel like, hopefully, you're walking along with me, having this conversation about life while we're just walking down the fairway together. That is my goal of my new content, of the content as a whole. There's going to be times where you get these talking head conversations, but there's also going to be times that, you know, we're out on the course. We're having conversations. We're just learning together. Like I said earlier, I really plan on using disc golf as the lens that we get to view life from. Disc golf might be the setting of the story, but the whole story itself is about our character, about our purpose, about life, and honestly about following Christ. That's going to be the story. So, yes, there's going to be times where things get real. I'm going to not hold a lot back when it comes to sharing my faith in this conversation. I'm not going to keep the, curtain covered of what happens in the background. Like, you're going to get to see it all because the reality of it is disc golf is something I do. It's not who I am. And so, you're going to get to see the struggles. You're going to get to see the heartaches. But you're also hopefully going to get to see the victories. You're hopefully going to get to see the mountaintops as much as the valleys. And it got me thinking that as I was working on this, in Proverbs 16, it talks about how man plans, but God finishes the way. I can plan my path, but it is strictly up to God who directs my steps. And, you could be like, oh, well, that's kind of silly to use in a YouTube video. As I was working on this, and, the scripture that popped into my head was Proverbs 16:9, where it says, man has a plan, but God establishes his steps, in a short version of it. And it's funny for me to say that as I'm sitting here recording a YouTube video. I'm literally staring at my phone, talking to myself. My infant's sitting here playing with a rattle. My dogs are over here to my right, doing dog things. And I'm over here talking to no one. But right now it feels like the right plan, that these steps are being established. And if I'm going to make my channel count, if I'm going to spend time making these videos, I want them to matter. And what matters more than anything else is the opportunity to share Christ, to share my faith, to share scripture with the world around me. And so, yes, it's silly to, throw out Bible verses randomly in the midst of a YouTube video. And yes, it's going to be silly to have some of these conversations. But the truth of the matter is, these are the conversations that matter. I want to leave you with a call. A call that is bigger than just a sport about plastic circles that we throw at baskets that hit the chains. I want to leave you with a call to become the person that God made us to be. So if you're here for some disc golf, awesome. But if you're here to find some personal growth in your faith, that's the call I want to leave you with. That's the people that I'm hoping to reach. If you're curious, have questions, have wonderings about faith, set them in the comments. Shoot me an email. Let's have conversations. Let's grow together. So if you are wanting to grow together, if you're wanting to be a part of something bigger than just the sport of disc golf, hit the subscribe button. I know, it's weird, but I have to ask you, if we want this to reach people, if I truly want to see this thing go, and I do, humbly, I want to see this grow. I want to see growth out of this. I also, though, need your help. Hitting subscribe helps me get this message out there. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for clicking on the video. It means the world to me. It means so much to me that you took time out of your day to watch this video. And I invite you to join in this journey. I invite you to be a part of something bigger than just the sport of disc golf. Until next time, thank you. Let's see where we can go together in our faith journey.